Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers, and loving children. Om Sri Ramaya Namaha. Salutations to Lord Ram, the bestower of happiness, inner peace, and balance. It brings me immense joy on behalf of the officials of the Ramakrishna Center of South Africa, Johannesburg Sub-Center, to extend a very warm and cordial welcome to each of you to today's online program as we celebrate the auspicious occasion of Ramayana Week. Swami Vivekananda described Lord Rama as the ancient idol of the heroic ages, the embodiment of truth, of morality, the ideal son, the ideal husband, the ideal father, and above all, the ideal king. The Johannesburg Sub-Center has been actively providing COVID-19 welfare services to indigent families, hospices, and needy homes since the commencement of South Africa's national lockdown. Over the past 22 months, the Johannesburg Sub-Center has provided in excess of 35 tons of food items, consumables, fruit and vegetables, cleaning chemicals for sanitization, and masks, as well as various other items to impacted communities in Gauteng and in KwaZulu-Natal. In addition, the Johannesburg Sub-Center has embarked on a milestone project to build an ashrama complex in the name of our Master, Sri Ramakrishna. And we feel blessed to announce that by our Master's grace, we have received communication from the Johannesburg municipality that our rezoning application has been approved. With your kind and humble support, we intend on breaking ground on this milestone project in October this year. We humbly appeal to all our devotees, well-wishers, donors, and sponsors for your support as we take our next step in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of building an ashrama. If you would like to donate or participate by offering your skills in any of these activities, please send us a message with your email address and contact number in the live chat, or by emailing the Johannesburg Sub-Center on johannesburg@ramakrishna-phoenix.org.za. We will now commence with today's program.
तथापि मम रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारो वन्दे वाणी विनायको भवानी शङ्करो वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणो याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धास्वान्तस्थमीश्वरं वन्दे गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणो वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानो कवीश्वर कवीश्वरो उद्भवस्थितिसंहारकारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभां यन्माया वशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जो यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेव भाति भवाम्भोधे स्थितिर्षावतां वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणकरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिं प्रसन्नतां यानगताभिषेकतः तथा नमम्लो वनवासदुःखतः मुखाम्बुजश्री रघुनन्दनस्य मे सदास्तु सा मञ्जुलमङ्गलप्रदा नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथं मूलान्धर्मविवेकजलधे पूर्णेन्दुमानन्ददं वैराग्याम्बुजभास्करं खगहरं ध्वान्तामहं तापहं मोहाम्बोधरपुण्यपाटनविधौ हे सम्भवं शङ्करं वन्दे ब्रह्मकुले कलङ्कशमनं श्रीरामचन्द्रं राजीवायतलोचनं धृतजटायूढेन संशोभितं सीतालक्ष्मणसंयुतं पतिगतं रामाभिरामं भजे। सुन्दरावतिगलौ विज्ञानधामाबुभौ शोभाढ्यौ वरधन्विनौ श्रुतिनुतौ गोपीप्रवृन्दप्रियौ मायामानुषरूपिणौ रघुवरौ सद्धर्मवन्तौ हितौ सीतान्वेषणतत्परौ पथिगतौ भक्तिप्रदौ तौ ब्रह्माम्भोधिसमुद्भवम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसनं श्रीमाच्छम्भुमुखेन्दुसुन्दरबले संशोभितं सर्वदा संसारामयभेषजं सुमधुरं श्रीजानकी जीवनं धन्यास्ते कृतिनः पिबन्ति सततं श्रीरामनामामृतम्। शान्तं शाश्वतमप्रमेयमनघं निर्वाणशान्तिप्रदं ब्रह्मा शम्भुफणीन्द्रसेव्यमनिशं वेदान्तवेद्यं विभुं रामाख्यं जगदीश्वरं सुरगुरुं मायामनुष्यं हरिं वन्देऽहं करुणाकरं रघुवरं भूपालचूडामणिं। देवी कण्ठाभरणीरं सुरवरविलसद् विप्रपादाब्जचिह्नं शोभाढ्यं पीतवस्त्रं सरसिजनयनं सर्वदा सुप्रसन्नं पानो नाराजचापं कपिनिकरयुतं बन्धुना सेव्यमानं नौमीड्यं जानकीशं रघुवरमनिशं पुष्पकारूढरामम्। आर्तानार्तिहन्तारं भीतानां भयनाशनं द्विषतां कालदण्डं रामचन्द्रं नमाम्यहम्। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपं Navami Vaidehi Virasane Sansitam Agre Vajati Prabhanjana Sute Tattva Munindrai Param Vyakyatam Bharatadibhis Parivritam Ramam Bhaje Shyamanam.
Page 68.
Sitaram, 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 चोर दे, ना तिलक सच्चे हरि का, और ना तोर दे। रोम रोम अंग अंग, रोम रोम अंग अंग, राम रंग रहिए, जाने दे तेरा तेरा, गाने दे तेरा रे। सीता राम सीता राम, सीता राम सीता राम, सीता राम कहिए, जाने दे तेरा तेरा, गाने दे तेरा रे। सीता राम सीता राम, सीता राम सीता राम, सीता राम सीता राम, सीता राम सीता राम। ओम श्री सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
श्रीराम परं धाम, जय राम परं धाम। श्रीराम परं धाम, जय राम परं धाम। रघुराम राम रणरंग भीम, जगदेक सार्वभौम। रघुराम राम रणरंग भीम, जगदेक सार्वभौम। श्रीराम परं धाम, जय राम परं धाम। श्रीराम परं धाम, जय राम परं धाम। सूर्यामयाब्धिसोमा, सुगुणाब्धिराम शुभ नाम। सूर्यामयाब्धिसोमा, सुगुणाब्धिराम शुभ नाम। कौसल्य राम करुणामय राम, कामित फलप्रद श्रीराम। कौसल्य राम करुणामय राम, कामित फलप्रद श्रीराम। श्रीराम परं धाम, जय राम परं धाम। जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम रघुराम राम रणरंग भीम जगदेक सार्वभौम रघुराम राम रणरंग भीम जगदेक सार्वभौम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम सूर्यामयाब्धि सोमा सुगुणाब्धि राम शुभ नाम सूर्यामयाब्धि सोमा सुगुणाब्धि राम शुभ नाम कौसल्य राम करुणामय राम कामित फलप्रद श्री राम कौसल्य राम करुणामय राम कामित फलप्रद श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम साकेत पुराधिप राम सीता मनोहर श्री राम साकेत पुराधिप राम सीता मनोहर श्री राम अरविंद लोचन सुंदर वदन सुरमुनि सेवित श्री राम अरविंद लोचन सुंदर वदन सुरमुनि सेवित श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम श्री राम परम धाम जय राम परम धाम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय श्री राम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय रघुराम जय जय राम जय श्री राम 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 ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the Puja session of the Rama Navami week. So now I think you are all ready with the articles for the worship, eager to worship Sri Ramachandra. Bring Lord Ramachandra to your heart and house and worship him. Now we shall start with the first thing, that is remembering Lord Ganesha with the mantra. Om Agajanana Padmarkam Gajananam Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now we are going to the Achmana. So the Achmana is the process whereby we will be purifying ourselves. So the process of Achmana, the mantra will be displayed on the screen. Om Sarvamangala Mangalyam Varenyam Varadam Shubham Narayanam Namaskritya Sarva Karmani Kariyet. So before starting any work, we have to take the name of Lord Narayana. Then we will take water in our cupped hand and then sip the water thrice. Take it in the water. They like the Gokarna. This is the way Gokarna. Like the ear of the cow. So one drop of water into that, sip it. It should be siphoning action, no sr sound or no touching of the what we call the tongue and saliva. So sip it, siphoning. Om Vishnu, wash your hands. Again water. Om Vishnu, wash your hands. Again Om Vishnu, wash your hands. 3 times. So what is going to happen when you remember the name of the Lord Vishnu 3 times with Om? Om Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha Dibiva Chakshura Tadam Om Apavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastangudopiva Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabahya Shuchihi. You may be apavitra or pavitra, pure or impure. Sarva Avastangataha Apiva. You may be in whatever condition, whatever. Yaha Smaret, whoever remembers or takes the name of the Lord, who is having the eyes like that of the lotus petals, Pundarikaksham like that of the lotus flower, Sabahya, immediately that person will be purified internally and externally. Sabahya Abhyantaraha Shuchihi. So that is the Achmana. We have now purified ourselves by taking the name of the Lord and doing this action. We are going to the next step. That is the Pitanyasa. Now in your heart you have to make ready the seat for Lord Ramachandra to be worshipped, for him to come and sit. So now touching the feet with the Mrugamudra. This is the Mrugamudra. Touch it. Touch the heart, chant the mantra Om Reem Pidadevatabhyo Namaha, Om Reem Pidashaktibhyo Namaha. So the Pita, the lotus of the heart is ready for Sri Ramachandra to come and be seated there. We are going to the next step after the Pitanyasa, that is the Rishyadanyasa. We are paying homage to the Rishis. The Rishi of this mantra is Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, then the meter. Chandas is Gayatri, then the Lord Devata is Sri Rama. So that will be mentioned, touching different parts of the limb. Now with the Tattva Mudra, this is the Tattva Mudra, touch the different parts of the body with the Tattva Mudra. Head, Om Brahmane Rishiye Namaha. Mouth, Om Gayatri Chandase Namaha. Then heart, chest, Om Sri Rama Ramaya Devataye Namaha. We are going to the next process, that is the Karanyasa. Rishyadanyasa is over. Now the Karanyasa, purification of the hands, all the fingers, everything. So with the different Bija mantra of Sri Ramachandra, Ram, Reem, Room, Raim, Raum, Rah. So the thumb will be first purified with the touch of the 4 fingers like this. Then with the thumb touching all the other fingers, will be purifying and placing or consecrating all that Bija mantra of Lord Ramachandra on all those fingers. Ram Angushtabhyam Namaha, Reem Tarjinibhyam Swaha, Room Madhyamabhyam Vashat, Raim Anamikabhyam Hom Raum Kanishtabhyam Vavshat, Rah Kartalabshtabhyam Asraifat. Now we are going to the Anganyasa. Karanyasa is over. The consecration of the limbs, consecration of different Bija mantra of Sri Ramachandra, Ram, Reem, Room, Raim, Raum, Rah, on different limbs of the body. So the whole body will be purified and the Lord will be established there in our body. So the heart, we have to touch with the 3 tip of the fingers like this. Heart. Ram Hridayaya Namaha. Head with the 2 tips of the finger like this. Reem Shirase Swaha. Then Shikha, the end part of the Sushumna, the canal, the backbone coming up and touching there with the tip of the Room Shikayai Vashita. Then Kavacha, both the shoulders with the tip of both the five fingers, 10 fingers, crisscrossing like this. Rhyme Kavachai home, then Netratraya, 2 eyes like this, and the third eye, the eye of the knowledge, Agna Chakra, like this. Raum Netratraya Vaushat Rah Karatalapushtabhyam Astrai Fat. Now we have finished Anganyasa, we are going to the next step. That is the Vyapakanyasa. We are now consecrating the whole body, not only the external, the internal, and the causal. So the cross body, subtle body, and the causal body, which is called Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. By the mantra of Lord Ramchandra, that is the Mula mantra. Om Ram Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om is the Mula mantra. Perform Vyapakanyasa 3 times to purify the 3 bodies within, or 5 times by the 5 koshas. That is the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. So let us do it 3 times, doing the purification of the 3 bodies. So I have shown you all the days how to do Vyapakanyasa. It will be starting like this. With that, touching the whole thing, crisscrossing at the feet, then coming back again like this. So we shall do it. Vyapakanyasa. Om Ram Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om. 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 Now we are going to the next step after the Vyapakanyasa, that is the Pita Puja. We have established the Lord, the Pita, in our heart. So where the Lord will come, and from there we will be bringing the Lord to the Pita where we are going to worship, do the service, the Shopchar Puja. So there the Pita, wherever you kept the photo or the image, that is the Pita. So that has to be worshipped. Worship of the seat of the deity. By the mantra, take a flower, smear it with sandal paste, touch it in the sandal paste, then do the puja and tell the mantra. Om Hrim Ete Gandha Pushpe Pita Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Ete Gandha Pushpe Pita Shaktibhyo Namaha. We have finished Pita Puja. We are going to the next step. That is the Dhyanam, meditation. So Kurma Mudra. Take the flower in between these 2 fingers like this and make this position. Then the hand like this, keep it, the finger, little finger on the forefinger and the forefinger on this thumb. Then the thumb of this hand there and the 3 fingers covering it. So this is Kurma Mudra, tortoise mudra. Posture of the tortoise. Keep it at the chest like this, heart position. Symbolizing that you are withdrawing, just like the tortoise, all your indriyas, the mind from the doorways, the windows of ours, that is the all the senses, 5 senses, and concentrating on the heart. For you will be meditating on Sri Ramachandra now. So the mind should not go out and outside. So just like the tortoise, which tucks in all the 5 limbs, whatever comes, it will not put out. So like that, we will not get distracted with anything from outside. Just like the tortoise, we will pull in all our mind into our heart. That is the tortoise mudra. Now we will do the meditation. That is the next process. All the process is written there on the screen. Take the flower smeared with sandal paste in Kurma Mudra, then meditate in the heart on an effulgent, bright, with light and living form. It should be living. Lord Ramachandra is living. It's not a picture or an image. Chanting the mantra. What is that mantra? Om Kalam Bodhara Kanti Kanta Manisham Virasanam Dhyasinam Mudram Gnanamayim Dadanam Aparam Astambujam Januni Sitam Parshvagatam Saroruhakaram Vidyunibham Raghavam Pashyantam Mukutang Gadadi Vivida Kalpojvalangam Bhaje. That is the Dhyana mantra. So you are meditating Lord Rama. You have established him in the effulgent form. Both Rama and Sita. Rama is sitting on the right side and Sita on the left side with all the weapons and everything. Now he's seated there in that particular posture. So now Lord Rama, living Rama, is there in your heart now. You have established in that Pita, which you did the puja earlier, isn't it? Now we'll go to the next process. Now you take the Kurma Mudra, it's there. You have meditated. Now while the Lord is there established in the heart, bring him out through taking the mudra, covering the right nostril, then opening the left nostril, inhaling the air, repeating the Vayu Bija mantra, Yam. Then feel that Rama is coming through the nostril to the flower and is establishing in the flower. Then from the flower, you take him to the place where you are doing the puja, the image or the idol of Rama, the photo. Then touch that flower there. So now you can see Lord is manifested in that image. He's sitting there in front of you to receive your worship. So that he has not taken parts inside, outside, and everywhere, to show that the whole of Ramachandra has come there, the Paramikarana Mudra. Showing this, the Paramikarana. Then sprinkle water gently on the deity 3 times, uttering the Mula Mantra. So either with your fingers or with the Durva grass or the Kusha grass or the flower. Sprinkle water gently, telling the mantra. Om Ram Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Ram Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Ram Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om. Now we are going to the next process. That is the 10 articled worship. We are doing the service to Ramachandra. So perform the worship by offering the following articles to the deity. Padyam, water to wash the feet of the Lord. Padyam. So Om Ram Etat Padyam Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Pour the water on the feet, beautiful soft feet of Ramachandra, and also Sita Mata. Both you can give it to both the mother and father, Sita Mata and this thing. So then we are pouring, wiping nicely with a gentle cloth and putting the moisturizer very carefully. Then after that, next we are giving Arghya, water to wash the hands. You can give both of them. So Arghya to wash the hands, both of them gently. You can do that. Then wipe it. Then other aspect of Arghya is take Tulsi Patra, then sandal paste on it, then do Akshata, that is the rice, and then the grass, Durva grass, and then the flower, multipetal flower, indicating that you are, it's the whole mind, your personality, the whole mind you are offering to the Lord. Touch to the head of the Lord, then the heart and the 2 feet, Father Dvaya, then place it at his feet. So offer that Arghya to both Mother Sitama and Ramachandra. So first is giving water to wash the hands. The second symbol of Arghya is that you are completely giving your mind and everything to the Lord, offering. So now Achmana, the water to rinse the mouth. So after we will tell the mantra of Arghya, Om Rameshwargya Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Now it is Achmana. We will give water, little water in the spoon to sip and cleanse the mouth, rinse the mouth. Om Ram Idam Achmaniyam Shri Ramachandraya Swadha. Now it is Snaniya. Both of them you can give the Achmaniya, then after that both of them you can give them bath. Just like your son or daughter in your house, they will now take the form of children. You can give them bath very nicely, beautifully, gently. Om Ram Idam Snaniyam Shri Ramachandraya Nivedayami. Now you have to pour water, lukewarm water or whatever you feel that is better. Then pour it and put the baby soap and clean the whole, massaging the body and everything of both Ramachandra and Sitama in the form of the child. Then now you have to give milk bath, then again fresh water bath. Then after that curds bath, then again fresh water bath, then again ghee, clarified butter bath, and then fresh water bath, then honey bath, and again fresh water bath, then sugar, then again fresh water bath. So to remove that oily thing like ghee and honey, then again give bath with the soap, baby soap, and wipe clean very gently and softly the body of both child Rama and child Sita. Then you can dress them up after that with ornaments too. And after that it is time to offer the Gandha. Before that we will do the Snaniya. I will tell the mantra with the different mantras from Vedas. We will be doing the worship. So I'll be ringing the bell for you. Now you can start the Snaniyam. Om Ramidam Snaniyam Shri Ramachandraya Nivedayami. Om Sahasrashirusha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhomim Vishwato Vitpatyatishtaddashangulam. Om Agnimide Purohitam Yagnasya Devmritujam Mahotaram Ratnadatamam. Om Ishetodjetva Vayavahasdevo Vasavita Prarpayitu Sheshtatamaya Karmane. Om Agna Ayahibite Gunano Habdate Nihota Satsi Barhishi. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shenyor Visravantunaha. Om Ram Idam Snaniyam Shri Ramachandraya Nivedayami. Now you can besmear the body of both Ramachandra and Sitama with sandal paste, both white and red, Shvetagandha and Rakta Chandana. Shveta Chandana and Rakta Chandana. Apply it softly. I'll tell the mantra. Om Ram Eshagandaha Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Then take varieties of flower, fragrant flower, colorful flower. dip it in sandal paste to indicate that you are giving with great devotion, and offer the flower at the feet of both Ramachandra and Sitama. Om Ramidam Sachandana Pushpam Sri Ramachandraya Vaushat. There is also another mantra for giving the flower. Om Turiya Vanasampannam Nana Gunamanoharam Ananda Saurabam Pushpam Grihyatam Idam Uttamam. After the Pushpam, it is Tulsi Patram. Take Tulsi Patra, many Tulsi Patras, apply sandal paste, white and red, then offer it to the Lord and also Mother Sita. Before giving the Tulsi Patram, you have to tell the mantra, one mantra, special mantra, that is Om Namaste Bahurupaya Vishnave Paramatmane Swaha. Now only you can offer the Tulsi Patram to Ramachandra and Mother Sita. Om Ram Idam Sachandana Tulsi Patram Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. After Tulsi Patram, it is Dhupaha. Light the agarbatti nicely. After it is lit properly, then put off that fire and the fragrance will start coming in the form of the smoke. Raise it and wave it up till the nose of the Lord and Mother Sita for them to inhale. Don't take it too near. That may hurt them. Slowly wave them. I'll ring the bell and tell the mantra for you. Om Rameshu Dhupaha Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Vanaspati Sodivyo Gandhadyaha Sumanoharaha Agreha Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pradgrisyatam. Om Ram Eshu Dhupaha Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Now it's time to give Deepa. Light that ghee wicked lamp. Slowly let it burn a little. Then take it, wave slowly so that it will not get off. Then you have to wave up till the eyes, both Ramachandra and Sitama. So with great devotion, do that. I will tell the mantra and also I will ring the bell. Om Ram Eshu Deepaha Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om Suprakasho Mahadeepaha Sarvatasmi Nirapaha Savashyabhyantara Jyotirdeepoyam Pratigrisyatam. Om Ram Eshu Deepaha Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. We are going to the next step, that is the Naivedya. We are arrange the Naivedyam, all that fruits, varieties of fruits and sweets and fruit juices or whatever you have, savories, anything you have done. Everything can be arranged in the cups nicely on a small table before the Lord. Both Sitama and Ramachandra should not touch each other. Put Tulsi leaf to that. Don't dip sandal paste, only Tulsi leaf. Or if you don't have Tulsi leaf, you can put Ganga water. Then sprinkle, not too much, little. Then water to drink there nearby if the Lord wants water to drink. Then also pan. Everything made pan should be kept there. So it should not touch each other. Keep it on the table or on the ground, nicely arranged. Now we shall start giving the Naivedya. You should feed the Lord yourself with your own hands. Feed Ramachandra and also Mother Sita to your heart's satisfaction. All the fruits, sweets, savories, and anything you have that, please go on feeding. I'll tell the mantra. Om Ram Idam Sopkarna Naivedyam Sri Ramachandraya Nivedayami. Go on feeding. Then you can give water to drink to the Lord. That's called Paniyam. Om Ram Idam Panartodakam Sri Ramachandraya Nivedayami. Then you are feeding Lord all the different items. Now it is time to give Achamaniya. That is water to rinse the mouth after eating, to cleanse the mouth. Punar, again, Punar Achamani. Om Ramidam Punar Achamaniyam Sri Ramachandraya Swadha. Then take that pan leaf, tambulam, or that pan leaf, and apply very little chun. Make two for both Mother and Rama. Very little chun. And also apply soft betel nuts, then ajwain and som and other things. And also some masala if you have, then gulkan to sweeten it. Hold it very nicely, both of them. So feed to the mouth of Lord Ramachandra and also Mother Sita. So they have enjoyed your puja. Everything is over now. Puja, the Upachara puja is over. There afterwards offer flowers made with sandal paste to Sri Lakshmana with the following mantra. Om Ram Lakshmanaya Namaha Ete Gandha Pushpe Lakshmanaya Namaha. One flower touched with sandal paste to Lakshmana. Next process, we are going to the next thing. That is the Avarana Puja or Pushpanjali. So Pushpanjali, Anjali, you know, both cupped hand, take flower as much as possible in the cupped hand. Then there will be the Durva, then the Tulsi leaf, all those things. Offer Pushpanjali 3 times, chanting the following mantra. Om Ram Esha Sachandana Pushpa Tulsi Patranjali Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Yeah, now we are going to the next thing, that is Avarana Puja. all different deities who are eternally accompanying the Lord. So you will take one flower dipped in sandal paste and then offering to them. To go and do that, I will tell the mantra. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Sri Ramachandraya Shadanga Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Sri Ramachandra Avarana Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Ham Hanumate Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Sugrivaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Bharataya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Vibhishanaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Lakshmanaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Angadaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Shatrugnaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Jambavate Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Sitayai Namaha. We have finished the puja now, Avarana puja. We are going to the next thing, that is the japa and japa samarpana. Before that, we will do another pushpanjali. Take as much as flower in your hand, then tulsi patra, then durva patra, everything in your hand. Then tell this mantra. Om Ram Esha Sachandana Pushpa Tulsi Patranjalihi Sangaya Savranaya Sayudaya Saparivaraya Savahanaya Sashaktikaya Sri Ramachandraya Vaushat. Offer at the feet of the Lord. Then perform japa. That Mula mantra Om Ram Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om, I will do it 21 times, you do 108 times. Then we'll after that offer that to the Lord. Om Ram Sri Ramachandraya Namaha. Om. 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 Now you can continue to 108. Now we will offer the fruit of the action of all the puja, of everything, whatever we have ourselves to the Lord by this mantra. Take water in the cupped hand. Then the Goyoni Mudra is pressing this like this in this form and putting water at this end. That's the Goyoni Mudra. So take water, keep it in the hand. I'll tell the mantra. Om Guhyat Guhya Guptatvam Grahanasmat Kritam Japam Siddhir Bhavatu Me Deva Tat Prasadan Maheshwara. Put it at the feet of the Lord. You will offer everything to the Lord. Now the whole puja is over. Now we will be doing the prostration. You can get up now. Finally, prostrate yourself full length. Sa Ashta Anga Pranama. 8 limbs, everything touching the ground. Chanting the mantra. Om Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Then pray to the Lord. O Lord, Nanya Spruha Raghupate Hrade Smadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhaktim Precha Raghupungava Nirbharam Me Kamadi Dosharahitam Kurumana Sancha. O Lord, please give me only pure love at your feet. That's all. I don't want anything. And also remove all the negativities, the Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsari, all the enemies, the lust, the greed, and the hatred and jealousy, all those bad qualities, remove it from my mind. So make my mind pure. Give me only pure love at your feet. That's the prayer. So now the whole puja is over. So now we will go to the next step, that is the Bhajana Seva. Puja in the form of bhajans, and there will be talk on the Ramcharitmanas. Then again there will be bhajans. Then again we will have some thought over Valmiki Ramayana and other things. Then finally there will be Arati. Then you will see the Arati and be blessed and keep Ramchandra in your heart and serve him until we meet again tomorrow for the puja. Thank you. Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. गोविन्द माधव गोपाल केशव नरसिंहाच्युत नारायण गोविन्द दशरथ नन्दन सीता मनोहर दानव मर्दन दयानिधे राम राघव राजीव लोचन कामित फलदा करिवरद कृष्ण केशव अम्बुजलोचन कामित फलदा करिवरद राम राम गोविन्द राम कल्याण राम पाहि राम राम गोविन्द राम कल्याण राम पाहि श्रीराम राम पट्टाभिराम कोदण्ड राम पाहि राम राम नयनाभिराम नौकाभिराम पाहि जलधिशयन रविचन्द्र विलोचन जलज भवस्तुत श्रीराम कौसल्यात्मज कामित फलदा मारुति सेवित पाहि राम राम पाहि हरे राम राम पाहि जय जय राम राम पाहि हरे राम राम पाहि जय जय राम राम पाहि राम राम पाहि जय जय राम राम पाहि राम राम पाहि
ॐ श्रीनाथे जानकीनाथे अवेदः परमात्मने तथापि मम सर्वस्वं रामः कमललोचनः ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। My Sastang Dandavat pranams at the feet of Revered Swami Swatma Ramananji Maharaj, and pranams to one and all whosoever is listening this satsang on online. In last satsang, we had seen that Shiva has refused to take Mother Parvati as his better half. Shiva is now making her to sit in front of him instead of next to him. This indicates that Shiva is now not ready to accept Mother Parvati as his better half. The reason behind it we had seen in detail. Now, what happened? Mother Parvati is repenting again and again. Mother Parvati has understood that Shiva is now no more ready to accept me as his better half, as his wife. She did penance. She repented for what she had done. But all the attempts were futile. Shiva is not accepting anymore. Now Mother Parvati said, either you accept me as your wife or let me perish this body. Meanwhile, what happened? Mother Parvati's father, Daksha Prajapati, he had arranged very big yajna. He had arranged very big yajna, and in that yajna, He has invited all devatas except Shiva because he wanted to take revenge from Shiva. What was the incident? Why he wanted to take revenge? Because in past, once a meeting was called of devatas, all devatas came there. Shiva also came, Brahma also came. Everybody came. But Daksha did not come. Daksha came at last. So in honor of Daksha, all devatas stood up. But Shiva was in his own samadhi. He could not notice whether Daksha has come or not. So he remained seated in his own mood. And Daksha felt insulted. So to take revenge of that insult, Daksha Prajapati has organized one very big yajna. And in that yajna, he invited everyone except Shiva. Whereas Shiva is a Pradhana Devata, chief of all deities is Shiva. And without Shiva's presence, no yajna should be completed. It is a code of conduct. It's a doctrine. But deliberately, he did not invite Shiva to insult him. Now all devatas are going, and all devatas are going through Kailasa. So Mother Parvati saw that so many devatas are going, and she asked all devatas, "Hey, where are you going?" Then all devatas said, "Don't you know? Your father Daksha has organized very big yajna, and we are going to participate in that yajna. Has he not invited you? Don't you know about it?" She replied, "No." Then she went to Shiva and said, "My father has organized very big yajna. See, we must go and participate into it." Shiva said, "Sati, we have not got any invitation from your father." Then Mother Parvati said, "Doesn't matter. But from father, I must not accept any invitation. I should not accept any invitation. If I have to go to my father's house without any invitation, I can go. We must not expect that my father should give any invitation. So it doesn't matter. Let us go. They might have forgotten to give us invitation." But Shiva said no. If they had forgotten, it would have been something different. But here, deliberately, he has not called us. Then Shiva told the whole incident. So far, Shiva had not told what had happened. This is the reason behind not giving invitation. Shiva narrated the whole incident which happened with Daksha Prajapati. Then Mother Parvati said, "Okay, you may not come, but I am going to my father's house. My father is going to conduct such a big yajna. I must go there." Shiva tried to make her understand, but she could not. Then Shiva said, "Okay, take Nandi, that means bull, as your vehicle, and I am sending my 2 ganas." So Shiva sent 2 ganas. They were the chief army people of Shiva's. So they were sent with Mother Parvati. Now see the insight meaning of this incident. What is meant by this incident? It is said, when husband is not going to farm money, husband is not participating any yajna, then better half should not go. This is the first thing. Why? Because when both the people go, then what happens? The dharma gets energy. Mother Parvati represents Shraddha, Shiva represents faith, and bull represents dharma. When dharma is strengthened, when there is a Shraddha and a Viswasa, that means reverence and faith. Now Mother Parvati alone is going. So what happens? The energy of dharma is half, not full. That is why it is said, if somebody is conducting any good action out of taking revenge, then we must not participate into that. We must know what is the intention behind that holy work. See, here Daksha Prajapati is conducting yajna, but his intention is not pure. His intention is just to insult Shiva. This is the most important thing. His intention is not good. That's why Shiva did not participate in it. And deliberately invitation was not signed to Shiva. But Mother Parvati said, no, he is my father. I must not expect any invitation from my father, so I will go and I will participate. So now Mother Parvati went. Now what happens? Just see. When Parvati went, nobody welcomed her. When Mother Parvati reached at the place of his father's house, father did not even look at her. Mother Parvati's sisters, they did not welcome her. All other devtas, they did not welcome Mother Parvati. Nobody welcomed. And when Mother Parvati reached to the spot where yajna was being conducted, what she found? She found that her own husband's place is not kept. Her own husband Shiva's place is not kept in yajna, and it is mandatory. It is a code of conduct. Then Mother Parvati got angry. She said, what is this? You have not placed Shiva's asan in this sacrifice yajna. She got tremendous insult. Then she thought, how can I go back now to Kailasa? Better to perish this body. So, through her own yoga abhyasa, she manifested fire and she jumped into the fire and she sacrificed herself. See what happens when we do not listen Shiva's words, Shiva's instruction. This is the result. Now this result has come because of so many things. She did not listen Rama Katha properly. Why she did not listen Ram Katha properly? Because she did not reverence Agastya Rishi. And as a result, she did not listen Ram Katha properly. She examined Sri Rama himself and she lied to Shiva. That is why this is the result that Sati had to sacrifice her life. Now, when Shiva came to know about this, Shiva immediately sent one of his ganas, and his name was Virabhadra. Virabhadra went to Daksha Prajapati's place and see that Virabhadra destroyed everything and yajna could not be completed. Daksha's head was cut off. Other devtas, those who were laughing on Mother Parvati, their head was also cut off. Their beard was snatched out by Virabhadra. And the sacrifice was totally incomplete. Now, after seeing this incident, Shiva sat into meditation again. And once the Shiva closes the eyes, what happens? He remains in Samadhi for years together. Now, Mother Parvati took another birth. Where she took the birth? She took the birth at the house of Himalaya through Maina. Himalaya and Maina. Now she became the daughter of Himalaya. When the daughter was born at the Himalaya's house, Himalaya rejoiced like anything, and immediately Narada Rishi came. He is a fortune teller, and Naradji said, "Oh, your daughter is very lucky. She will remain Akhanda Saubhagyavati. She will get all name, fame, position, all the things she will get of the world. And she is not an ordinary woman. She is none other than Goddess Parvati. But her husband, she will get such kind of husband who will roam in cremation ground, who will always roam in cremation ground, who will apply ashes on his body, who will not have any father and mother. Not only that, he will not have any friend or enemy in this world. She will marry to such husband. Both Himalaya and Maina, they were dumbstruck. What is this? Then Narada said, all these symptoms which I have said you is none other than Shiva's symptoms. So she will get married to Shiva, but she has to perform penance, tapas. So better you ask your daughter to perform penance. Now it was a big question for Himalaya and Maina to tell her small daughter who is of just 5 years old to do tapas for having Shiva as her husband. But Maina listened Mother Parvati listened everything, and she said to her mother, Mother, tomorrow I am going to do penance, to do tapas in Himalaya. I will remain there unless until I get Shiva as my husband. Because Narada came and said me everything. I am ready to perform tapas. So she went into deep forest and she performed tremendous tapas, penance. And what happened at last? Saptarshi came to her. And now they were examining Mother Parvati. Saptarshi came and said, Mother, what are you doing? For what purpose you are doing this tapas? Mother Parvati said, I want to have Shiva as my husband. That's why I am performing this tapas. Then they said, who is your guru? She said, my guru is Narada. And Narada told me. Then they laughed on Mother Parvati and said, why you have heard? Why have you listened his instructions? Don't you know? Whosoever listens Narada's instructions, they have to remain unmarried in whole life. You give up your penance, go back to your father's house and live happily. She said, no, my guru has said, so I shall follow it. Then they said, if you want to marry with Shiva, what will you get? He doesn't even put on any cloth. He roams in cremation ground. Serpents are around his neck. What will you do by marrying with such person? She said, I don't know anything, but I will marry with Shiva only. None other than Shiva. Because my guru has given me this sadhana, given me this wonderful means to achieve Shiva, so I shall remain faithful to my guru. And what path he has chalked out for me, I will remain stick to that. After examining Mother Parvati from all the angles, the Shapta Rishis, they were pleased with Mother Parvati and they said, Mother, now time has come up. You go back to your father's house. Shiva will marry with you. We are blessing you because we came to examine you. We came to examine your faith, your devotion towards your guru and towards Shiva. And you are perfectly fit for getting for getting Shiva as your husband. Oh mother, you have passed the examination. See, what is the insight meaning of this? Insight meaning is, whenever we start our spiritual life, God sends so many people to examine us. Even holy people will come and will say, this is not a path for you. You choose convenient path. Why you are performing penance? Why have you taken vows that you will get up early in the morning, you will perform your spiritual practice? Let us give it up. Don't worry for all these things. This is not the age to do all these things. When we are above 60, when all the works are over, when we have nothing to do, that time only we will think about spirituality. This is the time to enjoy the world. Please let us enjoy. But if the spiritual aspirant doesn't pay any attention towards this people talk and keeps on doing his spiritual sadhana, then what happens? He will have a vision of his Guru, vision of God. This is the test for every spiritual aspirant. And this has happened. Mother Parvati has shown from her own life. Now here what happens? Towards Devata side, Devatas were troubled by one Asura, one demon. His name was Tarakasura. Now all Devatas, they went to Brahmaji and said, how to kill this Tarakasura? Even after so many attempts, we are unable to kill this Tarakasura. Brahmaji said, when Shiva will marry with Mother Parvati, and out of them, when Kartikeya will be born, that Kartikeya will be only able to kill this Tarakasura. So first, please Shiva and make all arrangements that he should again get married with Mother Parvati, who is born through Himalaya and Maina. So please go and convince Shiva. Now all Devatas are telling, how can we convince Shiva to marry with Mother Parvati, who has born just now at the house of Himalaya? It is impossible. Brahmaji said, go and please request to Kamadeva. Kamadeva will go and he will be helpful in your mission. All Devatas, they agreed. They went to Kamadeva, and Kamadeva was ready to fulfill his mission. Now Shiva is in deep samadhi for years together. Now Kamadeva, the god of desires, has been given duty to awaken Shiva. Now what happens? That we shall try to see in next Satsanga. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
सुख में श्री राम भजो, दुख में सुख में सब नश्वर है मत मान करो। श्री राम भजो, दुख में सुख में सब नश्वर है मत मान करो। श्री राम भजो, दुख में सुख में। श्री राम भजो, दुख में सुख में। बहुवीर हुए बलवान हुए, बहुवीर हुए बलवान हुए, इतने न महीपत मान हुए, बहुवीर हुए बलवान हुए, इतने न महीपत मान हुए। अब कौन कहाँ कुछ ध्यान धरो, अब कौन कहाँ कुछ ध्यान धरो, सब नाश्वर है मत मान करो। श्री राम भजो दुख में सुख में, श्री राम भजो दुख में सुख में। प्रभु की कैसी ये माया है, प्रभु की कैसी ये माया है, कहीं धूप कहीं पर छाया है, प्रभु की कैसी ये माया है, कहीं धूप कहीं पर छाया है। तुम काहे भ्रमे कुछ ध्यान धरो, तुम काहे भ्रमे कुछ ध्यान धरो, सब नाश्वर है मत मान करो। श्री राम भजो दुख में सुख में, श्री राम भजो दुख में सुख में, सब नाश्वर है मत मान करो। श्री राम भजो दुख में सुख में, श्री राम भजो, श्री राम भजो, श्री राम भजो, श्री राम। रघुनंदन जय जानकी जीवन, जय जय रघुनंदन जय जानकी जीवन, शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन, शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन, जय जय रघुनंदन जय जानकी जीवन, जय जय रघुनंदन जय जानकी जीवन, शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन, शरणागत पालन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन 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 शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन जय जगदानन्दन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन 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 शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन शरणागत पालन जय जगदोद्धारन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन जय जगदानन्दन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजीवदललोचन जय जगदानन्दन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन राजाधिराज राम भक्तमन रञ्जन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन जय जय रघुनन्दन जय जानकी जीवन 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 भक्तमन रञ्जन भक्तमन रञ्जन भक्तमन रञ्जन भक्तमन रञ्जन जय जगदोद्धारन 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 जय जग Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Shri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Now we shall get into the Valmiki Ramayana and some other things which we had discussed until yesterday, and we will take it from there. We have seen how Sri Dasharatha had performed that Ashwamedha Yaga. After that, they brought the great Rishi Shringa and performed the Putrakameshti Yaga. And then, after that Yaga, the Yajna Purusha came with that wonderful golden lid with a golden pot with a silver covering with that payasam or the sweet rice. And when all the queens were given, it was given to Dasharatha. Dasharatha should distribute it to the queens and they will get the 4 children. So we had seen until then yesterday. But before that, entering into that proper Valmiki Ramayana, we will look into the name of Lord Rama from another perspective. You can delineate the meaning in another way too. Earlier we had seen Ra Shabda Ucharanasya, all that when you utter the name Ra, open your mouth, then all the sins will go off. And Ma, it will become like a wall, and then not allow any other further negativities to come inside. Now we will give a special interpretation of the name. Ra means light. Ma means within me. So Rama means light within my heart. So that is the Atman, Paramatma, who is in my heart, the indweller. So Rama means the light within me, within everybody, within all the living beings. Now let us see what was the name of the father of Rama, Dasharatha. Meaning of it, Dasharatha means 10 chariot. Dasha, 10 chariots is Ratha. Dasharatha, 10 chariots. What is the name of the mother of Ramachandra? That is Kausalya Devi. What is the meaning of Kausalya? Kausalya means skill. Kausalya is skill, dexterity, skill in action. So the skillful rider of 10 chariots can give birth to Rama. When the 10 chariots are used skillfully, the light or radiance is born within. So now, what are these 10 chariots? What does they symbolize, the 10 chariots? They symbolize the 5 sense organs, Gnanendriya, and 5 organs of action, Karmendriya. So when you become, that is Kausalya, skillful to handle all your 10 chariots, the 5 Gnanendriya and 5 Karmendriya, the 5 organs of action and 5 organs of knowledge. There is a 10 rathas skillfully. Then you will get the light within your heart. It will manifest. The skillful rider of 10 chariots, Dasharatha, can give, that is skillful is Kausalya, can give birth to Rama, who is the light within. So radiance is born within. Then another special significance of the place where Sri Ramachandra was born was Ayodhya. Ayodhya means a place where no war can happen. No Yodha, no warrior can go inside or attack it. So no war can happen. Nobody can penetrate it. So Ayodhya means a place where no war can happen. When there is no conflict in our mind, there is no war between the negative and the positive forces in our mind, then only the radiance, that is the light of the Atman, can shine in our heart. So Ramayana is not just a story which happened long ago. It has a philosophical, spiritual significance and deep truth in it. It is said that Ramayana is happening in our own body, in everybody's body. How is it? Swami Vivekananda had explained that philosophically from the Advaitic standpoint of view. Here we will take a different standpoint. Let us see how we will enjoy in different various ways. How is Ramayana happening in our body itself, in every body? The soul, Atman, Paramatman is the Ramachandra, Lord Rama. Our mind is Mother Sita. Then what about the prana, Mukhya prana, the breath prana? The life force, Mukhya prana is Hanuman. And the awareness, the Viveka, the awareness of our mind is Lakshmana. And what is our ego? Ego is the Ravana. When the mind Sita is stolen away by the ego, Ravana, then the soul, the Paramatman or Atman, Ramachandra, gets restless. So now the soul, Ramachandra, cannot reach the mind Sita on its own. It has to, or rather, the mind cannot reach the soul. It has to take the help of the Mukhya prana, breath. Rather, it's not breath, it is the prana, energy, power. Hanuman, by being in awareness, that is Lakshmana. With the help of prana, Mukhya prana, Hanuman, and awareness, Lakshmana, the mind, that is Mother Sita, is reunited with the soul, that is Ramachandra, and the ego, Ravana, is killed, is destroyed. It vanishes. In reality, Ramayana is an eternal phenomenon happening all the time in all the living beings. So what a wonderful analogy or allegory. So now with this background, let us enter into proper Valmiki Ramayana. And also while dealing with Valmiki Ramayana, we will also go and see even Tulasi Ramayana, that is Ramcharitmanas, Kamba Ramayana, so many other different aspects of Ramayana also can be seen. Now as yesterday, we had seen the great yaga, Putrakameshti yaga was performed by Rishi Shringa, the great Rishi. And after that, the Lord came, Yagneshwara, in the form of that person, the deity, and gave that pot of prasada, the payasam, the sweet rice, and it was distributed by Dasharatha to the queens. And after that, what happened? So now, one year passed after taking this prasadam, the prasada of the yagna. One year after it has passed in joyful expectancy, on the most auspicious and the rarest of the rarest moment, Kausalya Devi gave birth to the son, Ramachandra, the Lord of the universe, worshipped by all the universe, the worlds, all the worlds, Sarvaloka Namaskritam, with all the auspicious Mangalakari traits, Sarva Lakshana Sanyuktam, and most perfect, under whom the Ikshvaku dynasty would flourish, and having half the celestial aspect of Vishnu, another person was born, that was Lakshmana. Before Lakshmana, Bharata was born. Now, Ramachandra was born from the aspect of Lord Vishnu, who can be not even known, who cannot be known by the Vedas, Brahma, and celestial gods. Only the sages, the devotees, can know him. So after Ramachandra was born, on that auspicious day, we'll discuss about that particular day, Rama Navami, afterwards. So the next day, an equally auspicious moment, 18 hours after the birth of Ramachandra, Bharata, the most virtuous, with 1/8 the aspect of Vishnu, was born to Kaikeyi. So it was the second son was Bharata. First was Rama, but we don't tell that in that order. That has a different reason. We tell Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, but it should have been Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, or Shatrughna, Lakshmana. But we always tell Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. We will see why afterwards. Now, with the 1/8 aspect of Lord Vishnu, Bharata was born 18 hours the next day after the birth of Ramachandra to Kaikeyi in the morning. And on that very day, later in the day, Bharata was born in the morning. Then later in the day, Sumitra gave birth to the great twins. They were born together. Who are they? Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Mighty and proficiency in all missiles. Sarvastra Kushalaha, who had the half aspect of both of them, that is 1/4 and 1/4, half aspect of Lord Vishnu. These four great sons of Dasharatha were as splendid as four unique stars, Purvabhadra and Uttarabhadra. The whole heaven was overflowed with joy. The celestial musicians sang. Then the dancers, the nymphs, they danced in ecstasy as if Ravana's doom was sealed. Celestial cymbals and musical instruments were played, and celestial flowers rained down. In Kamba Ramayana, poet Kamba, the Tamil poet who has written the Tamil Ramayanam, he explains that even the Vedas danced. Not to be outdone in great eclat, the whole of Ayodhya was like a sea of humanity. Dasharatha repeated his charitable deeds in great measure. So now, Valmiki Maharshi, who wrote this Kavya or the life of Sri Ramachandra for the first time, no other poets or great rishis had written that before him. He wrote this Ramayana even before Ramachandra was born, with the help of Brahma's special yogic power given to him. So Valmiki gave astronomical data to fix up the time when Sri Ramachandra lived among mankind. Great souls are born at frequent intervals to safeguard dharma, but when the great souls, ordinary jivas, the great souls unable to stem the rot in the society, then only the Supreme Lord will come down. So, but he takes a yuga or more, as Bhagavad Gita Lord Krishna tells, Sambhavami yuge yuge, in every yuga, not centuries. So different great souls will come to do the work. When it is not possible by the great soul, when the dharma is in the descendancy, then only the Lord will come to lift up the dharma. So when Ramachandra was born, the great planets Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn were there in their ascendancy, in a very good position. That's called Svecha Samsthe, which takes a number of centuries to occur. For such astronomical occurrences, it happens only after many centuries. Then it was Chaitra Masa. The ascendancy of those wonderful grahas happens very rarely. The Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, all in their ascendancy. It happens very rarely after many centuries. Then to get Chaitra Masa, the month of Chaitra according to the Hindu calendar, which is now, which takes event further back, and to have this ascendancy of all those planets, and to be Chaitra Masa, and to be Shukla Paksha Navami, the bright fortnight, Navami, in the bright fortnight, even that is still further receding, it goes back. In addition, the moon was in the constellation of Punarvasu, and Jupiter was in the conjunction with moon and the native house of Karkataka, was then rising above the horizon. So by all these extraordinary rare planetary occurrences, the time of Ramachandra is decided by Valmiki as Treta Yuga, according to because when they give that stars and planets and occurrences at that time, you can fix the date how many years back. So that is the way they calculate how many years back this has occurred. With all these things I told you, if you calculate, then it goes to Treta Yuga. Now Rama is born on the 12th day after their birth. The newborn divine sons were given the name by the sage, the family Purohita, the great sage Vasishtha Muni. So Vasishtha Muni was very happy to name them according to the time of the birth and also their special features. Vasishtha Muni named them as Rama, Bharata is the second one, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. But we will go to see why it is called Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. But according to the birth, the date and other things, Rama first, then after that 18 hours the next day Bharata, then in the morning, in the evening it was Lakshmana and Shatrughna together, twins. So Vasishtha Maharshi was very happy to name them, give that Namakarana. It's called Namakarana Samskara, with all due Vedic ceremonies. All the learned people, the scholars, the godly people, the Brahmins throughout the land were well fed and were given precious gifts in abundance by the king, and all the poor people were also given lot of charity. These names were given by sage Vasishtha from his spiritual yogic vision as to their special character and their future role. It seems that even when Mother Sita was born, she was not born like any other this thing biologically, but she was found by Janaka Maharshi while he was plowing inside the ground. So when he took her and adopted as a daughter, we have to give the name. So there was a Ashariravani, Akashavani, the heavenly voice itself gave the name as Mother Sita to her when she was discovered in the furrow. So now about these Ramachandra, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, at the proper time, the Vedic rites like Jata Karma. There are also many 16 Shodasha Samskaras. After the child is born, up till their end, there will be Shodasha Samskara. So now the samskaras of the what you call Jata Karma and the Chaula Karma, Upanayana, etc. All these things has to be done, were performed for the divine 4 children. The Devas, gods and angels, they used to frequent Ayodhya unseen to enjoy the glorious sight of Sri Ramachandra, Lord Vishnu himself being born as a human being. The great poet Kamba maintains the balance evenly in his Ramayana between the divinity of Ramachandra and also human side of Ramachandra. But Tulsi Das ji in his Ramacharitmanas, the tilt is more heavily towards the favor of divine nature of Rama. Rama is depicted there as completely as a great god. But in Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki has given more credence to the human values of Sri Ramachandra. He is depicted as a best and a perfected man, Purushottama. So I had explained in the beginning why Valmiki has done that, because if you give that thing as God, then we human beings will not take him as an ideal. We'll think, oh, he's God, he can do anything, he can do miracles, he has done it. All those good qualities, telling the truth, helping all the other people, obedient to his father, Ekapatni Vratastha, oh, he can do it, he's God, he can do it. We are ordinary people, we can't do it. So that's why Valmiki Maharshi has given him as a perfect, ideal human being. So as a human being, if he has done it with all the limitations of the human body, so we also can follow him keep Ramachandra as our ideal and go forward. That's why in Valmiki Ramayana, Ramachandra is depicted or given to us as a perfect man. That's why Purusha Uttama. So now, because let us go to Tulsi Das Ji's Ramayana, that is the Ramcharitmanas, how he depicts Ramachandra as God himself. He could do so many miracles. So there, Tulsi Das Ji gives a fine episode of the great hermit Bhushundi. Bhushundi was a hermit sage, Mahamuni, who came in the form of the crow to test Ramachandra as a baby, was still a crawling baby. Ramachandra was the crawling baby in Ayodhya. So at that time, this Bhushundi Mahamuni, hermit, he came in the form of a crow, entered the palace to test the baby Ramachandra, then was a crawling infant, whether he was really divine or not. The divine child now wanted to play with the crow. The crawling baby wanted to play with that crow bird which came nearby them. The baby doesn't know whether it is crow or something else. It doesn't differentiate. So the baby wanted to play with that crow. But that crow was the hermit, that is our Bhushundi Mahamuni. Now, divine child Ramachandra is depicted in Ramcharitmanas as he stretched his arm to catch the crow. Now, Bhushundi Mahamuni in the form of that crow flew away. Now, the hand of that baby crawling Ramachandra pursued. It went on lengthening so much. In all the worlds, wherever that crow went, the crow went to all the three worlds. Puhu, Buaha, Suaha, wherever it went, the hand of Sri Ramachandra, the baby Ramachandra crawling baby, went there. Then Muni flew. The Muni finally had to come back and worship Rama. Then only the hand went back. So, but all the time, Sri Ramachandra's mother Kausalya did not know this mystery, as Rama sat like that crawling baby on the lap of Mother Kausalya and appeared playing with the crow just as the ordinary child. So this event comes in Tulsi Ramayana, Shundi Prasanga. Now, let us see some child pranks, or when Ramachandra was the baby, some things happened. So what happened? What are some of the things? We find in the Valmiki Ramayana, very little things are given about the childhood or the infancy. But in many other different things, if we collect from many dramas, folk tales, and Tulsi Das Ji's Ramayana, we can collect all those things, the childhood of Rama, about the childhood days or the baby. As baby Krishna, we find a lot about Krishna, but Ramachandra we find very less. So I have tried to collect from here and there about the childhood. Let us enjoy some stories, baby stories of the folk tales, little from the Ramayana of Valmiki, little from the Ramayana of Tulsi Das Ji, Kamba Ramayana, and all other places we have collected and put it one place. We will enjoy Rama. To enjoy Rama, meditate Rama. It's wonderful, isn't it? So what is the first story of Rama as a baby? The infancy. Now, all the four babies were put in one cradle, in one place to look after them. So they had arranged the baby. The baby started crying as baby Rama, baby Bharata, baby Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Now they were crying. Whatever the mothers, all the three mothers, four babies, three mothers, and so many helpers, the other dadis are there, the mothers, midwives, or all other nurses who are helping all these three mothers to look after these four children. They were all trying to pacify the children, but the baby started crying so much loudly that they were not keeping quiet at all. Then all the mothers are trying their best, all the helpers, the nurses are trying their best. Dasharatha also came, hearing the cry of the babies. Nobody could pacify the children, they were crying constantly. Then now Vasishtha Maharshi came there. They all pleaded, "Oh, Vasishtha Maharshi, we do not know, something has happened, maybe Balagraha problem or some other thing. You have to come and solve the problem. The babies are crying so much." Because Dasharatha and these three mothers, Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, they do not know that their children are the avatars of Mahavishnu. They know that they are their children, that's all. They thought maybe some ghost or some other evil forces are troubling them, Balagraha and other things, so they are crying constantly. What is to be done? So they called Vasishtha Maharshi, who came there and pleaded, please help, something has happened, chase away the negative forces or something, do some mantra, give them some talisman or something. Then Vasishtha Maharshi came, he was very happy. He knew that who these great people were, why they were crying. So he came, oh, you mothers, you do not know how to handle the babies, I will teach you. So Ramachandra was sleeping there by the side, because by the, by seniority they had kept them, babies side by side. Then Vasishtha Maharshi lifted Bharata and asked Dasharatha and mothers to place Lakshmana by the side of Rama and placed Bharata by the side of Shatrugna. So now the baby stopped crying, all the babies, because of that division of that prasada of the yagna, after that Putrakameshti yagna. It was given in such a way, the part. So Rama and Lakshmana were always attached to each other. Bharata and Shatrugna were always attached to each other. The brotherly love was too much. They were always attached to each other. So now, once Vasishtha Maharshi placed Lakshmana by the side of Rama, then Rama and Lakshmana stopped crying. When Vasishtha Maharshi asked the mothers to place Bharata with Shatrugna, both Bharata and Shatrugna stopped crying. So now they slept happily. So that's why we always tell Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Though by seniority we have to tell Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrugna, Shatrugna, Bharata. But these two were attached always, Rama and Lakshmana. Because Lakshmana was the avatar of Adishesha, the snake, on which Lord Vishnu is always sleeping. So they can't be separated. Lord Vishnu, that bed is itself that snake. So Lakshmana was the avatar of that. So always attached to Rama. Bharata, Shatrugna are the ayudas, the armaments of Vishnu. They were always attached to each other. So the brotherly love. So you should note that Rama, the family of Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, they are ideal brothers. So by the study of the way, the love of that brotherhood, when they study the life Ramayana, many get that ideal how we have to behave with our brothers, unselfishly sacrificing for each other. How much of love you can have as brothers. That brotherly love, brotherhood can be practiced. The ideal is Ramachandra, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. So I have seen during the Ramayana serial was directed by Ramanand Sagar, and it started coming in the DD, Delhi Doordarshan, or our Indian Doordarshan channels. It was all broadcast all over India during that time. It was something like 1980s. So I was a youth at that time, maybe age of 15 or 16. Then we would watch at that time, 1980s, when that serial, TV serial of Ramayana would be broadcast by the national television. It's called DD. So all over India at that one time, that is Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, we used to notice that the television sets, the mothers in the houses, the sisters in the houses, before it would come from the morning, they would clean the whole place, make it like a worshipful site. They would light the lamps, 2 lamps, and make ready all the puja things and articles, offerings, everything ready in front of the television. And they would clean everything, put rangoli, everything, decoration, flowers, everything they would arrange for like puja. And this is what I have seen with my eyes, I am telling, not hearsay. This would happen everywhere. You couldn't see Sunday before 10 o'clock or half an hour or 1 hour earlier to that single traffic outside. Very rare to see. Some traffics would be there. All the people would be glued to the TV to see Ramayana. That was the attraction of Ramayana. So at a go, whole of the nation would be watching that. And they would do Arati, Puja, Naivedya, and then watch. As soon as Ramachandra, that song, Mangalakara, that song started there. So they would do the Arati, Ramachandra would come, everything will be done, the offering, everything, and then they used to watch. So nobody would move out of that. That was the attraction of Ramayana. That's how from thousands of thousands, from Treta Yuga, Ramayana has been attracting, is being the ideal, is been the ideal for all Indians and Hindus all over the world, and even outside countries to Aryavarta like Indonesia, Malaysia, even now they have their ideal or their epic is Ramayana and Mahabharata. So everywhere they keep the names, the kings and other things. In Indonesia, in Thailand, the name will be Rama. They will have that name Rama even now there in that area. Burma, everywhere, until it got converted into Buddhism and other religions. Earlier it was whole of that Aryavarta, Indo-China area was full of Hinduism only. So Ramayana was very popular. So many versions of Ramayana are there. The epic is there in that country too. So the ideal for brotherhood, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. So after seeing this serial, many people all over India who had some fight for property or money or something with the brothers for silly reasons, jealousy, they all got united after seeing this serial of Ramayana again. They got united. They gave up all that court cases and litigations. They got united. They started living happily. Were broken for the sake of money and property after seeing this ideal again on the TV for so many years. It made a revolution, Ramayana. So that is the effect of Ramayana. That is the life of Ramachandra that made impact and is going to make impact in future too, for thousands of years to come. So now you can see this happened in the baby we hear at the time. Vasishtha could understand why they were crying. So Rama couldn't stay even as a baby without Lakshmana. Lakshmana couldn't stay. So when Lakshmana would sleep, he would turn his face towards Rama like this. Shatrughna would turn his face towards Bharata. So in the cradle, same cradle, they would like. Otherwise, if they was to change like seniority wise, Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, they would start crying. So Vasishtha could solve that problem. He could know. So that was the brotherly love of Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. So that one of the childhood incidents I have told. One more childhood incidents I have to tell, and I will end my talk because that is so important and it is so beautiful also. What is that beautiful incident? Now, our Kausalyama, in our childhood, our mothers would carry, our sisters would carry us on their waist because the children will not take food so easily. The mothers in India have this idea. You have to feed children too much and make them bulky and fat. Then only they think that they are healthy. So they will feed and feed and feed. So the children cannot eat. They don't like to eat. So the mothers will be forcing into their mouth. They will put the ghee, clarified butter, that and this and rice and so many other things. Proteins, that and this. They used to be mixing it and forcing. So the babies, the children will not eat. The mother will carry all over this thing. Then she will come out in the evening, night. She will show Chandamama. So Mama, Uncle Moon, Chandamama, see there. So when the baby opens, he looks up like this to see the Chandamama. Automatically when you look up, your mouth opens. Then the baby will open the face, open the mouth. Then she will force in little food. So like that, they will feed our mothers and our sisters to feed the children like that. So now the same case, 50,000-60,000 years back to Ramachandra, Kausalyama. That is the same tradition coming now. All the mothers are following in India and Hinduism, the same thing. So now baby Rama is carried by Kausalyama and she wants to feed him, make him more bulky and fat, eating and eating. So she's feeding him so many good things. But Ramachandra doesn't want to eat. It was evening, it was night. So Mother Kausalya is trying to feed him. What happened? Ramachandra's face was just like the moon. Beautiful face like the moon. Though he was from the Surya Vamsha, solar dynasty. It was bright like that sun. But the light of that brightness was cool like the moon. His face was beautiful like the moon. round and beautiful like the moon. So Ramachandra's face, so that's why, what is the other name of Rama? Ramachandra. He is called Ramachandra. Though he is born in the solar dynasty, he is called Ramachandra because his face was so beautiful like that of the moon. So that in India they address Hey Saumya, means Somavat Priyadarshana. Saumya means the face is so Saumya, beautiful like the moon. So literally Rama's face was, Rama was looking like moon, his face was like moon. So bright and so nice and so beautiful. That's why Ramayate iti Ramaha. He would attract delight, he would cause a delight. So what happened? Now mother is showing the moon and trying to feed Rama. Now Rama is refusing to eat and is telling, I want that. How shall a baby that babbling, the words are not clear, it cannot talk, the baby babbling Rama, crawling Rama. So now she's carrying on the waist and trying him to feed him. He doesn't want the food, he's pushing away the food bowl. I want it. Mother is thinking, oh, he wants more food, but he's pushing away. What do you want? Showing the hands to the moon. I want that moon. Mother was laughing about the childish pranks. How can I get the moon for him? Rama was telling, no. He can't speak, but he's expressing it. I don't want food. I want moon. Chandamama, I want Chandamama. Then mother couldn't bring. He started crying. I want Chandamama, Uncle Moon. Dasharatha came. Everybody came. All the other mothers came. They all loved Sumitra and also Kaikeyi. Loved Ramachandra very much. They all came to pacify Ramachandra. He was crying, I want moon. How could they bring the moon? Now Mother Kaikeyi was very intelligent. She had a plan. She went inside to her room, bought something special. What was that? She bought a mirror, a beautiful mirror, and she gave that. Say, I bought a moon to you. She gave the mirror. When Ramachandra saw his own face reflection, it was beautiful like the moon. So he thought, I got the moon. Ramachandra, his own face, his reflection he saw, and he thought, I have got the moon. That was the beauty of the Ramachandra's face. This is one of the incidents we have read, we have heard from our parents, we have heard in the stories, the folk tales and other things. So what a beautiful story to end with for today's this thing. So they all tried to pacify Ramachandra, but he would not. But when they gave the mirror, when he saw his own face, he thought he has got the moon. That was the beauty of Ramachandra's face. I've got the moon. Then the baby started jumping and laughing and smiling. Now Mother Kausalya was relieved. Dasharatha was relieved. So as little Ramachandra played with moon in his hand, that is his own face, reflection of his face of the mirror, Kaikeyi fed him much to the delight of King Dasharatha. What a wonderful story. So Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Ramaya Ramachandra. That's why we can enjoy Sri Rama in the form of that moon. Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vedase Nathaya Raghunataya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramachandra Arpanamastu. Chandra, moon, like a moon, beautiful. We will meditate on Rama in that fashion, and we will meet again tomorrow for the same session. Now there will be the seva of the bhajans. After that there will be the announcement. Then there will be the closing prayer, and there will be arati. So don't miss all those things. Enjoy and meditate on Ramachandra. Thank you. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. जगावती सुजान जीव जागी त्यागी मूढ़ता अनुराग श्री हरे अनुराग श्री उदार रामचंद्र भद्र सिंधु दीनबंधु वेदवदतरे जानकी सखी कृपा जगामती सुजान जी जाहि त्यागी मूढ़ता अनुराग श्री हरे अनुराग श्री हरे जानकी सखी कृपा विशाल काल विपुल सोयो मोहमय पुहुनिसा विशाल काल विपुल सोयो खोयो सो अनूप रूप सुपन सुपन जो परे अब प्रभात प्रगट ज्ञान भान के प्रकाश वासना सराग मोह द्वेष निबिड़तम करे निबिड़तम जानकी सखी कृपा भागे मदमान छूर भोर जानी जातु धान मदमान छोर भोर जानी जातु दान काम मोह लोभ क्षोभ निकर अब डरे निकर अब डरे देखत रघुवर प्रताप बीते संताप पाप ताप त्रिविध प्रेम आप दूर ही करे दूर ही करे जानकी सखी कृपा श्रवण सुनि गिरा गंभीर जागे अति धीर वीर श्रवण सुनि गिरा गंभीर जागे अति धीर वीर हर विराग तोष सकल संत आदरे संत आदरे तुलसीदास प्रभु कृपालु निरजीव जन की कृपा। श्री रघुराम हरे, जय रघुराम हरे। 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 श्री रघुनंदन राम, जानकी जीवन राम। 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 दशरथ नंदन राम, दशमुख मर्दन राम। दशरथ नंदन राम, दशमुख मर्दन राम। मारुति सेवित राम, रविकुल भूषण राम। मारुति सेवित राम, रविकुल भूषण राम। राजीव लोचन राम, रावणान्तक राम। राजीव लोचन राम, रावणान्तक राम। श्री राम 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 राम, रामा रविकुल सोमा। श्री राम 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 राम, रामा रविकुल सोमा। श्री राम 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 राम, रामा राजा रामा। श्री राम 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 राम, रामा राजा रामा। श्री रघुराम हरे, जय रघुराम हरे। 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 श्री रघुनंदन राम, जानकी जीवन राम। 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 दशरथ नंदन राम, दशमुख मर्दन राम। दशरथ नंदन राम, दशमुख मर्दन राम। मारुति सेवित राम, रविकुल भूषण राम। मारुति सेवित राम, रविकुलभूषण राम राजीवलोचन राम रावणान्तक राम राजीवलोचन राम रावणान्तक राम श्रीराम राम 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 रामादविकुल सोमा श्रीराम राम 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 रामादविकुल सोमा श्रीराम राम 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 राजा राम श्रीराम राम 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 राजा राम श्री रघुराम हरे जय रघुराम हरे 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 श्री राम 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 रविकुल सोमा 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 राम रविकुल सोमा
Om Namo Narayanaya. On behalf of revered Swami Swatmaramanandaji Maharaj and officials of the Johannesburg Sub-Center, we humbly thank you for joining us in today's program and pray that you have found the messages charged with spirituality. Kindly take note that the final day program will take place on Sunday, 10th April at the Sri Radhesham Mandir Hall from 9 a.m. to 12 midday. The program will consist of bhajans, kirtans, a puja, and a discourse by revered Maharaj. Lunch will be served. All are welcome to attend. Strict COVID procedures are applicable to the South African government's Alert Level 1. Om Namo Narayanaya.
शत्रुघ्न चवर डुलावे भरत शत्रुघ्न चवर डुलावे आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी। पीतवसन वैजयन्ती माला पीतवसन वैजयन्ती माला मेघवरन तनु नयन विशाला मेघवरन तनु नयन विशाला आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी। छत्र धरत है लक्ष्मण भ्राता छत्र धरत है लक्ष्मण भ्राता आरती करता है कौसल्य माता आरती करता है कौसल्य माता आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी। सम्मुख शरण रहे हनुबीरा सम्मुख शरण रहे हनुबीरा बार बार गुण गावे कबीरा बार बार गुण गावे कबीरा आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी। प्राणनाथ रघुनाथ मुरारी प्राणनाथ रघुनाथ मुरारी आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी जय जय आरती राम तुम्हारी।
जय राजा रामचंद्र जी की जय जय महावीर स्वामी जी की जय।